วัสดีค่ะ Hello everyone. Welcome back to OPEN-TEC program under OPEN-TEC Technology Sharing Platform powered by TCC Technology Group. I'm Valipan Sayasit, GM of TCC Technology. Today I have special guest. She is the Chief Strategy and Growth Officer of Money 2020 and also the renowned author of The Embedded Finance When Payments Becomes an Experience. Now let's join us in welcoming Scarlett Sieber. สวัสดีค่ะ Hello Scarlett.
Hello.
Welcome to OPEN-TEC in Bangkok, Thailand. How are you doing?
Good. As you mentioned a second ago, tired. Still jet lagged. You can't fly direct New York to Bangkok. So 28 hours to get here, but it's definitely worth it.
Oh, okay. So you arrived here today or yesterday?
Yesterday.
Oh, yeah, still jet lag, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Are you ready now?
I'm as ready as I can be. Have all the energy and make it happen.
Okay. Now let's start with your background. You mentioned that you have lots of versions in your life. And now you are the Chief Strategy and Growth Officer of Money 2020. Would you please tell our audience about Money 2020 and also yourself?
How much time do we have? 2-3 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, the Cliff Notes tweetable version, Money 2020 is the leading fintech show across the globe. We're so excited to be coming to Asia. Our big show is happening next year, April. If you look at the future, almost exactly a year from now, April 23rd, 2024. We've been around for over a decade, created by the industry for the industry, and just the place where money does business. So excited to be here. I've been with the brand now for 2 years, but I've had different stints and have been involved for over 4 years. Background is tech entrepreneur turned banker of all things, which I never saw myself doing. Always on the innovation digital front. Did consulting, worked with banks all over the world, and now I'm here and couldn't be more delighted about that.
Oh, that's great. Now let's talk about your book.
Okay.
Let me show to the audience.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Embedded Finance When Payments Becomes an Experience. Why do you write it and what's your inspiration?
Why did I write it? Well, that is quite a dry title, and we were thinking so long and so hard about how we wanted to come up with it, but because embedded finance can be quite a complex topic, we decided to be as literal as possible for people. Why did we write it? So I chose to do this with a girlfriend of mine, Sophie Gibeau, fintech operator. I've been always on the strategy side. She's been on the operations side. So together we had a really unique background of seeing this industry shape over the last decade plus. I had always had a desire, or I have had for a number of years, to write a book, and it was going to be around innovation and the future of transformation and so on and so forth. And Sophie and I were very good friends, and we would talk on a consistent basis. And one day she came to me and she said, Scarlett, Grab, of course, here we are in Asia. She said, something crazy is happening. I was on the call listening to Grab's latest financials, and the revenue they got from the financial services side superseded what they did on the delivery and other sides of the business.
Yes.
Something is happening here and we need to talk about it. So that it was like, oh my gosh, this is it. Embedded finance was still a bit of a small word. People weren't really using it that much, and we felt like this is our time, our chance to go ahead and tell that story. And it was a long journey to get from that moment to that book in front of you, and lots of sleepless nights and papers all over the desk and the floor figuring out the right way to tell the story. But we really felt like, and for both of us as well, even though we're in financial services and in fintech, there are so many opportunities. Like if you think at the most basic level, anywhere that money touches impacts all of us. So how can we make this world feel accessible to all? And that's why we wrote the book.
Oh, you and Sophie complement each other
Yes.
a lot, right?
And we also have a global perspective. So she's French, did a lot of fintech over in the UK. I'm American, Swedish by background, but have worked a lot in LATAM and everywhere else across the world. When I did the consulting, as I mentioned, I had clients in the Middle East, clients in Asia. So we wanted to make sure that we had a global perspective when telling this story.
Okay. I think our audience would like to know, like, how's the embedded finance? Could you please cite some sample of it?
There's so many great examples of embedded finance, but it's the easiest way to think about it is money embedded, quite literally, seamlessly into your everyday lives. So even walking around here, depending on where you go, downstairs, if we're here at the Standard Hotel, we're at the restaurant, I just put my phone down, I pay for my meal. That's embedded finance. It's how do you make finances fit into your life as seamlessly as possible without having to think about it.
Okay. So if you would like to get more sample, then read from here, right?
Yes.
Okay. How do you see the difference of the financial landscape in United States, Asia, and Thailand?
They're all so different. I mean, one of the things that's so interesting about fintech and the financial landscape is there are similarities across geographies, but primarily because financial services is such a highly regulated industry, there are things, cultural norms, geographic norms that only apply to specific geographies that make the ability to do carbon copies possible across geographies. I would say in the United States, we have quite a structured infrastructure. So there's good and bad things with that. Because it is more, there's a lot of legacy infrastructure, there's a lot that's happening, but it's typically being built on top of. And one of the things, and I was just talking to the Money 2020 Asia team about this morning, one of the things that's so exciting about fintech, financial services in Asia, in Thailand specifically, but across Southeast Asia, is that it's such an underpenetrated market and there is such a high population of people who have never had access to banking, and cash is still king in many places. And so you have this open landscape and you can kind of create whatever you want. You're not tied down by the legacy systems that you are in the United States.
Yes.
And so we can really help move a generation into the next level and leapfrog things that have been done before, and you're not tied down by those systems, which I think is really exciting.
So you saw the lots of opportunity happen in this region.
A ton of opportunity. Yeah, that's why I was so excited, and we were so excited about bringing Money 2020 to Asia, because there's been a lot of progress, and that's certainly exciting, but we're just getting started. Like, we have a long way to go from here.
Scarlett, what's the future of banking?
The future of banking. Well, if I had that exact answer, I'd be sitting on a private island, over by Koh Tao, because I'm a diver. So I'd be living my best life over there. But the future of banking is simply about how to make people's lives easier. I think, again, as it relates to financial services, depending on where you are as a region, it is about banking becoming embedded naturally in everything that you're doing all day, every day, in a way where you, the human, have the ability to make decisions when and where you need to. But at the same point in time, if you think about in other parts of the world, obviously credit cards are quite popular. I have 5 different credit cards. Some of them are airlines, some of them are this, that, or the other. I shouldn't have to be thinking which card is the best one, but I should know if I'm at the Standard Hotel, this card gives me 5 points. So there's a lot of things like that. I think it's about making your life better, having the financial decisions that make your life better as seamless and automated as possible. And then the ones that are big decisions, is now the time to buy a house, is now the time to buy a car. That's when you, the human, get more involved and make those conversations and those decisions with your significant other or whomever else.
Scarlett, how will our day-to-day life in 2030 look like, powered by the embedded?
Read the book. No, I'm kidding. No, that's exactly where you got it from, which I think is so great.
Very good sample here. Okay.
So I think, I'm glad that you said that, because if you think about the book covers a lot of different things. And there's one chapter for those who are in the industry that's going to be the most interesting, which is real life, real time use cases from across the globe, fintechs, banks, you name it, who are living and breathing this stuff. My favorite chapter is the 2030 chapter, which is the last one. So if you are an embedded finance newbie, it's almost best to start at the end and go backwards, because then you sit there and think about how the future is. And there's a lot of really, really great things that come out of that, but I'll let the book speak to that in a bit more detail. But all I will say is it's exciting, it's fun, and it's one of those things where you'll wake up and certainly feel a difference in your day.
Okay, what's the key takeaway? What you want the reader to remember from your book?
The key takeaway is fintech finance is everywhere, and utilizing it and using it as a powerful resource for you is going to be the benefit for all. So the more educated you can be on it, myself included, I had quite a negative reaction to the world of money and the world of financial services growing up. And so when you think about using that as like an empowering tool, it kind of changes the game. So I would say focusing on that.
Okay. And last but not least, you plan for the event in Thailand next year, right?
Yes.
What attracts you here, and how's the event? Who should join?
Okay, so Bangkok is incredible. I was here back in February, but before that I haven't been here in a decade again. But when we think about Money 2020 and we think about our strategy and where we want to be and why, we look for destination cities. We bring the collective ecosystem of money together in one place, which is really exciting. So like our sister events across the globe, we have Amsterdam as our key city for Europe, and Las Vegas is our key city for the United States. Bangkok is just of that caliber, just of that energy. Such a great place to be, where people come together and we can get things done. And obviously, as we say, like our one of our taglines is where money does business. So super excited about that. Bangkok is a great place. Thailand, the fintech ecosystem is evolving here all the time, and couldn't be more excited to be hosting our show here next April.
Oh, okay. Scarlett, it's wonderful to talk to you, and thank you so much for your time. Also, we would like to thank you, our audience. Don't forget to read this book.
Thank you, and don't forget to join us in Bangkok next year.
Okay. Okay, Scarlett. I think could you please sign your name on the book, please?
I would be happy to. Thank you so much.